in the first episode that we talked about them, we had discussed the issue how they were not listed on OpenSea anymore.
Yeah.
And let's just pull that up real fast. I believe that all stemmed from their website originally, or maybe their description originally had the word casino in it instead of games or gambling, something like that. Something gambling or casino. Someone in the comments can let us know exactly what the concern there was. But it got them delisted from OpenSea. And there was a lot of outpour from the community, including Casey, the founder, trying to say like, hey guys, just tell us what we did wrong. Or look, we've made some changes. Just give us an opportunity to fix it and we'll gladly do so. But it just hasn't happened. There's been a lot of community outreach on X, at least. Even on LinkedIn, I saw some posts of people just complaining about OpenSea in response to kicking Saints of LA off the platform. So if you go to X and you follow at Casey Montero, you will see that his pinned zeet, whatever we call it, is a 4.5-minute video of him just kind of explaining, hey, this is where we're at. We've tried to reach out to OpenSea. I've had some dialogue, but nothing has happened yet. They've not really gotten back to me. They're just kind of pushing it around, not giving me any solid response. So at the end, he's basically saying, hey, look, Blur has accepted us. Blur does a lot more in trade volume than OpenSea does anyway, and we're just going to focus on the positive and focus on what we can control and just kind of stay forward there. Always Blessed says, get him on the show. Yeah, maybe we can do that. I think it's worth
maybe one day
the effort. Yeah. So
yeah, you know,
yeah.
In the video, he talks about how he reached out to the actual CEO of OpenSea, right, and then he never got any answer back as to why he was delisted. And I think that was the issue, that nobody got back to him, letting him know what exactly was the issue so that they can address it and fix it, which is really stupid from OpenSea. Like, and I know in past episodes, me and you have talked about how OpenSea continues to do like these things that are pissing off the community. Like, why would you do that? You know, they laid off all these people, right? This was 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Including one of our friends, right? And you know, it's just OpenSea continues to do these things that continue to go on a downtrend, and I don't know. I don't feel good about it. There's all these other platforms now that are out there that are doing so much better. So, to Casey's point, like, I think a lot of people are going to start moving from OpenSea into other platforms.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Blur has been fairly progressive just in terms of, you know, creating new opportunities within their platform, different ways to use it, and they're clearly more open to to these more progressive projects like Saints of LA, or not banning people for something similar to that. And again, they're making millions, or they're transacting millions more per day than OpenSea, like fivefold almost, right? Like Blur will be at like 10 million in 24 hours and OpenSea will be at like 2 million. So it's clearly moving away from OpenSea. And, you know, the floor price for Saints of LA right now is hovering around 0.1 ETH, which isn't cheap. It's not cheap by any means. This isn't like an $8 NFT. And so there's commissions and fees that get paid back to OpenSea for using their platform that they're just ignoring right now. So it's kind of hard to feel bad for them when they're making these layoffs, because, you know, revenues have clearly dropped, but they're not helping themselves, right? They're not helping themselves from a community standpoint. They're not trying to make more money, clearly. They're not engaging with the artists and the people using their platform. Like, there's people that want to use OpenSea that they are basically saying, no, go elsewhere. And that's where we're at with them, which is really unfortunate. Let's take a look at the Blur site. So looking at the Saints of LA on Blur, floor price is 0.0979. I sent you a screenshot that right when your drama kicked off, and then you bought one, the floor price jumped up a little bit. So I was like, oh, you're a real market mover. So that was kind of cool to see. But yeah, it's been steady, because I think when you and I first looked, it was around this. We checked back in, I think it was like 0.08, maybe something like that, and now it's climbing back up. And sales are pretty consistent. Like, if you look on the side here, every few minutes there's a sale. 7 minutes ago, 16 minutes ago, 21 minutes ago, 22, 24, 25 minutes ago. There's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
And
they're definitely busy. They're definitely very, very busy. So
Yeah.
I do see them having a really good future. I mean, they have the clothing line, they have a lot of things going for them. The community is really, really strong, and I learned that the hard way, But here we are. We're fam now.
Yes. And looking at their website, Saints and Blur, which is really the headline there, and then these are some of the things that we talked about, right? So the merch, we're definitely going to get some merch, but the games here, it says we're creating games. It's about camaraderie, connecting with fellow Saints holders, sharing strategies, and celebrating victories together. And in the very first intro video from Casey, he says that, hey, we don't need to rebuild this platform. It's already built. We're just converting it to Web3. So it sounds like
Yep.
they're moving ahead quickly, and it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of that. And I'm curious to see how it'll interact. If you're a holder, are you getting rewards? Is there staking involved, or what is it? But some of the merch looks good too, so I'm excited for us to kind of jump in and join that. And
Yeah.
so definitely give them a follow. Very good people, everyone we've been interacting with. My question to you, Miguel, is: are you going to change your name to a Saint like everyone else has? Are you going to be Saint
No, no, no.
First
I've
Night?
been using my first night name for since like high school, like 100 years ago. So
Yeah. Well, maybe it's time to change. Okay.
no.